The CBI has registered a case against Dr. GVK Reddy, chairman of the GVK Group, the company that runs the Mumbai airport, and others for alleged irregularities worth 705 crore rupees in the development of Mumbai airport. Mumbai International Airport Limited, or MIAL, is a joint venture between Airports Authority of India, GVK, and foreign entities. CBI's FIR alleges that the GVK Group convened with their family members, relatives, and employees to give undue monetary advantage to them and to cause corresponding unlawful loss to AAI.
India will not allow Chinese companies to participate in highway projects, including those through joint ventures, Union Minister Nitin Gadkari said on Wednesday amid the border standoff with China. Gadkari also said the government will ensure that Chinese investors are not entertained in various sectors like MSMEs. In an interview to PTI, Gadkari said a policy will be out soon banning Chinese firms and relaxing norms for Indian companies to extend their eligibility criteria for participation in highway projects. In case of existing tenders, the minister said rebidding would be done if there are any Chinese joint ventures.
India has urged the United Nations to seriously and objectively address its concerns over recent developments in Hong Kong after China passed a sweeping national security law. The Hong Kong Special Administrative Region law, the critics say, will smother the global financial hub's freedoms and autonomy. Given the large Indian community that makes Hong Kong its home, India has been keeping a close watch on recent developments, India's permanent representative to the UN in Geneva, Rajiv K. Chandar, said. India's concern about the law comes amid rising tensions with China along the LAC.
The government on Wednesday cancelled the allotment of Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadras' house in the heart of the national capital in Delhi's Lodi estate and told her to vacate the bungalow within a month. The decision was taken by the Cabinet Committee on Accommodation after the government stripped the Gandhi family of SPG protection cover. In a letter, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has asked Priyanka Gandhi Vadra to exit the bungalow, which she was allotted on the recommendation of the SPG. She has been told that if she stays beyond August 1st, she will have to pay penalty. The SPG cover given to Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, her mother and Congress President Sonia Gandhi and brother Rahul Gandhi was withdrawn in November last year.
The CBCID on Wednesday arrested a police official for the custodial deaths of a father-son duo in Tamil Nadu. A sub-inspector, the main accused, was arrested after the Tamil Nadu CBCID took over the investigation. 12 special teams formed under the Inspector General and the Superintendent of Police are investigating all angles in the case. Search and arrest parties have fanned out to arrest the remaining accused. The judicial magistrate probing the custodial killings has said there is evidence of assault on the father-son duo.
Gold prices in India on Wednesday hit fresh record highs, tracking higher global rates. On MCX, August gold futures rose 0.4% to 48,982 per 10 gram, while silver futures were up 0.8% to 50,779 per kilogram. In global markets, gold prices edged closer to near an 8-year high as demand for the safe haven metal was boosted by worries about the global economic impact of surging coronavirus infections in many countries.
Russian voters have paved the way for President Vladimir Putin to remain in power till 2036. People have overwhelmingly voted in a national referendum for the constitutional amendments that will allow Putin to seek 2 more 6-year terms. The country's election commission declared that 2/3 of the voters have given a thumbs up to Putin's ploy of extending his 2-decade rule. Russian opposition and Putin critics have dismissed the official results of the vote on constitutional amendments as fake and a huge lie. Britain on Wednesday extended Hong Kong residents a broader path to citizenship in response to China's sweeping new security law for the former UK territory. Prime Minister Boris Johnson's announcement represents the most direct international response to legislation that has been roundly condemned by Western allies. Johnson said London had warned Beijing that it would introduce a new route for those with British national overseas status to move to the UK, and that is precisely what we will do now, he said.
Over 300 people were arrested in Hong Kong on Wednesday as the city saw its first protest after China passed the highly contentious national security law. The Hong Kong police fired water cannons and tear gas as people took to the streets to protest the security legislation introduced by China that critics say is aimed at curbing Hong Kong's autonomy and reining in dissent. Citizens had also gathered to mark the anniversary of the former British colony's handover to China in 1997. The national security law allows authorities to crack down on what China deems subversive and secessionist activity in Hong Kong. Come 2nd of July and tourists will return to Goa, but only the domestic ones. Goa Tourism Minister Manohar Ajgaonkar on Wednesday announced that the state will be open for tourism from Thursday. The Tourism Ministry has given permission to 250 hotels to reopen, but tourists need to follow certain guidelines to be able to stay in the coastal state. 1. It is mandatory to pre-book hotels. Any non-registered hotels and homestays will not be allowed to open. 2nd, tourists have to carry either a COVID-19 negative certificate or get tested on arrival and stay at a state-run quarantine facility till their reports arrive. Tourists who test positive will be given an option to either go back to their respective states or get treated in Goa.
Borrowing a page from the European textbook, the South Delhi Municipal Corporation may allow restaurants to reopen in the open-air format according to an Economic Times report. Following social distancing norms at restaurants and eateries, which normally run at jam-packed capacity, is eating away at revenues, with many businesses unable to sustain for much longer. The SDMC has around 2,000 restaurants that fall under its jurisdiction, and many of them may be happy to offer dining in open spaces. The report states that eateries may even play light music, but the open space must be private-owned and no public encroachment will be permissible. To prevent fire accidents, cooking outdoors as barbecues will also not be allowed.